Welcome back. When this channel started, one of the things I didn't want to do was to just do gear reviews of things that I have, that there's already hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other videos out there on the internet. And I started questioning that thought in the last couple of weeks, because regardless of, there could be 1,000 videos on a particular piece of gear, if you just end up missing those people that reviewed it, sometimes you stumble upon a piece of gear that someone is reviewing that's been out for years and somehow you just never heard about it. So what I decided to do is do a review of a piece of gear that I have, that there's plenty of other reviews out there, so it's not going to be very detailed. But this is for if you've never happened to have heard of this company before. If you're interested based on what I say, go check out all those other reviews that give a lot more detail. And this is my cat hole digger. And this is, again, something I included this, I think I might have included this in my 5 favorite pieces of gear. It's something that, whoops, a little bit dirt left over. It's clean dirt. This is something that has definitely changed my hygiene in the backcountry. I used to be one of those people that used to make the point that, why would I spend money on a shovel? Why can't I use my heel? Why can't I use my trekking pole? Why can't I use a stick? Why can't I lift up a rock and poop underneath it and put the rock back? And what I noticed on, I don't know, I watched somebody's video on why everyone should carry a cat hole shovel, and then I went backpacking a few days later, and what I realized is that I always skimped on making my hole. If you're in the middle of on a trail and you're walking, or if you're ready to go in the morning, sitting there and using your heel or a stick to do a proper cat hole is simply, I don't know, inconvenient sometimes, or it certainly feels like it's inconvenient even though it shouldn't be. And so my dear wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I mentioned this cat hole digger. Definitely, I am a cheapskate. I do not spend a lot on gear. So I decided to ask for this for a gift because it's something I certainly would never get for myself. This is and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'll spell it first. It's Q-I-W-I-Z ultralight gear. So I don't know if it's Key-Wiz or whether it's Chi-Wiz, but Q-I-W-I-Z ultralight gear. This is a titanium cat hole shovel. Basically, I think the story is the guy was making some in his basement, and just like a lot of other cottage industries, somebody offered to buy it, and it became his thing. So now he makes this and some other gear if you check out the website. This is the small one. So this one here is the small. This weighs 0.4 ounces or 11 grams, and it is about 6 inches tall, and it costs $30. This is the smallest of the 3, so there is also a large and there's also a mega. And the large is an inch taller. I don't know, it's like $5 more, $6 more, weighs 0.2 ounces more, and the mega is like 8 inches, and it is I think $40. And I think on the website he does state that most people do not order this size, they order the next one up. But so far, I guess if I had the larger one, obviously it would be easier, and for 0.2 of an ounce, if I had to do it all over again, I might get the larger one. But I'll show you digging a hole with this in a second, and you'll see that it digs a hole with no issues whatsoever. So if you are still using your heel, or if you're using your trekking pole or a stick, consider getting a cat hole digger. Again, if you're an ultralight person, 0.4 ounces, not too shabby, huh? And it's also extremely small footprint. Not only do I consider the weight of things, but the size, and this is literally something that I could put into my pack with no issue whatsoever. It just slides right into a pocket. It's so darn thin. One of the things when you open this up from the envelope when you get it is it's like, I mean, it's not quite aluminum foil, but it's unbelievably bendy. But when you're actually digging with it, it is hard. And that titanium, raw titanium look, I don't know if it comes out in the camera, but it is a cool little rainbow effect. So every single shovel is a unique little gem, unlike any other produced. So it's the and I wish I knew how to pronounce that. I should have maybe contacted the company. But QIWIZ ultralight gear. This is the small shovel, 0.4 ounces, 11 grams, 6 inches tall, and about 30 bucks. Maybe it was $29, $30. So highly recommend it. And I'm just gonna, why not, I'll give you a little segment after I'm done talking. You can see me digging in the ground, just so you can see that it actually does work and it goes right through. And all right, so here's that segment, and thanks for watching. All right, here we go. This is digging a hole with the shovel. Believe it or not, this is now the third hole I'm gonna dig. The first two I forgot to hit the record button after I put the camera out. So here we go from start to finish. To give you an idea of what this thing can go through. And I am amazed that this little thin thing does not break or bend. I don't know if you can see, but those are some pretty good little roots I've gone through. And this is, actually this might not, well, this is all rocks where I'm digging here. So I keep hitting all rocks around that size right there. We'll see. If this was the only place I could dig, how long would it take? Another good sized rock. So again, I don't know, it's probably not obvious, but every single time I dig in, I'm hitting a rock. And so right about there, that is about 6 inches deep. So I could probably stop right there. So that's not too shabby for, I don't know what, maybe under a minute or so. And I don't know if you can see, but again, I mean, this has not been the first hole it's dug. And this was one of the rockier holes. And I don't know if you can see, but I'm just amazed at this little skinny thing, how there's no damage whatsoever to that blade. I mean, it really is amazing, that titanium. All right, and after you go, make sure you fill in, mix it up, and cover your tracks. Make it look like you've never been there.